pleased were you today with the 40?
Honestly, it was good. I'm happy I did it. Happy with the numbers. It was kind of one of those things that I was hoping to get, but then I was hoping to get a better number than I was expected to get a number I had. So, I mean, when it's all said and done, I figured it's done. I liked it. It's a great time. A lot of people didn't expect me to run it, and I did.
Chris, what was that time that you've seen so far for the 40?
Like before I got here? Or,
Well, today.
Like around a 4.53, 4.50, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a 4.49, but
Hey, I saw a clock as fast as 4.46. If that makes you feel better.
hey, man, listen. Whoever did that, they got it right.
That's kind of horsey, actually.
The numbers, you got to perform with these numbers and these drills. Is it kind of frustrating, or how do you feel about making sure the numbers are good versus just what you showed on tape of you being a runner, and how do you balance that?
I mean, everybody knows I can run the ball, but a lot of people were kind of skeptical about how fast I was. It was hard, at Kentucky, showing off my speed when you got people like Barryon and Dane and Wandale that can really take the top off. So I mean, coming out here and doing that and show that I'm not slow, but not like super fast, feels pretty good.
Colts scout Mike Lacey was helping you work out during your drills here today.
Mm-hmm.
What work, if any, have you had with Indianapolis Colts?
Honestly, I haven't. I mean, I've known Mike. We've met here, and I think I talked to him at the Senior Bowl. But something as far as like with the Colts, nothing really too much.
Chris, Will today threw and did all his stuff. He came over here and talked about how if somebody drafts you, they're getting a dog. What's that mean to have Will behind you?
Man, he said that?
Yeah.
Listen, he said, everybody believes in Will, and Will we trust is what we say. But man, it means a lot. And like everybody knows, you draft him, you're getting once in every blue moon type of quarterback. I actually was talking to the Broncos quarterback. I was catching with Will like warm up. I said, "Is anybody in the league throw like this?" He said, "No, not at all. But it's good to have him." I'm excited for him. Excited to see where he goes. I'm going to say that means a lot.
Those throws he was making, some of the 70-yard throws, is that just the guy that you know, or do you think he showed anything new today?
Yeah, that's just who he is. I mean, the man would throw 50 yards on his knees, hitting the goalpost. That's just who he is. For him to come out here and show it, I feel like he's just showing it to everybody. I mean, we see it at practice, in the game, and if y'all haven't seen it, then here it is.
You elected to show off a lot of your blocking skills today during your drill today. That's part of your game that a lot of people talk a lot into. What is your thoughts on the blocking side of being a running back?
Yeah, so as far as like the drills here, it was kind of like, I didn't know. You kind of never know what to expect at Pro Day. Like there's some drills that they have it come on, some that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But, for me as a blocker, that's kind of who I am and with my game. Like everybody knows I can run football. Like that's just, you're a running back, you play in the SEC, you play D1, we can know you run football. But when you transition over to the NFL, it's what else can you do? And for me, being able to pick up protection, know the protection, is really big in my game. That's one of my things I'm trying to get better at. That and a couple other things, but that's probably one of my main things. Yeah. So it was hard at first. My mom passed January 11th, and really in the middle of me training. It was hard. My mom kind of kept me sane. About like I say, when I was having a bad day, I called her. And when I was going through something I didn't know how all this stuff was gonna go, she would just tell me, "Hey, be yourself. You're there for a reason. I trust in you. Who cares what anybody else says?" So for me, it was hard, especially when I first got back to training. I was, in the mood. Like I figured I didn't have my person to call it. I got a lot of friends, got a lot of family, especially who I can call on, who I can talk to if I am feeling sad. My sister being one. My sister's my main person I go to. She calls me if she has something. I call her if I have something. My fiance. But at the end of the day, I had to realize I have to be myself. I'm here because of who I am, and what I put on tape. You are who you are on tape. So once I started to realize I am who I am and I'm there for a reason, it got a lot easier. I mean, as far as my mom, you know, I think about it every day. It takes a toll on me, but you know, I got friends and family who's here to talk to.
So out there today, a lot of those throws from Will had a lot of pop. What does it feel catching a ball from Will? Because to me, it sounds like you need gloves.
No, you do. Yeah. It was actually when we were warming up. I don't know if anybody caught it on camera. Hopefully not. Catching with him, and you know I wasn't expecting it, but you know he was beaming it. So second pass slipped through my gloves. I had to check to see if I had teeth still. But yeah, I mean, everybody knows he has a cannon. At the combine, I think he threw like 59 or something. That's fake. Probably throws like 130. Feels like. But you know, once you know, me and Will have been working together for 2 years now, so it's like it feels normal. Once you just got to get back into it. So.
Mark Stoops talked about how some of the adversity and challenges last year on offense he thought kind of built Will for what the NFL is going to be like. Is there anything you learned about him just as a leader and a person going through what last season was at times?
As far as Will.
Yeah, just Will.
Yeah, so Will, you know, we did have a lot of adversity last year, and it was hard not only on him but everybody. But you know, the way he handled it, he approached every game. This goes for everybody at Kentucky. We approach every game like it was our last. You know, some games we lost that we feel like we shouldn't have lost, but you know, we can't sit here and complain to the coaches. It's a self-led team, and Coach Stoops will preach that, he'll preach that to everybody. We are a player-led team, and it's only so much that the coaches can do. Like, they'll take the blame for it, but at the end of the day, they're putting us in the best position to go out there and win the game. And, you know, Will, he was kind of our, as far as offense, he was like our dude that we talked to. If we ever had any troubles going on offense, it was like, all right, well, what do you see that we can do to get better? And, you know, there was one game we lost, we feel like we shouldn't have lost, but we didn't want one to turn into two. We had Square and Will step up and kind of like, yo, let's just get back to us. We don't want to lose two, so just stay the course and let's play.
Chris, did you have a moment today where you just looked around and you're like, this is my pro day, I'm here, it's happening?
That was last night. Last night was kind of my day where I just had to soak up everything for real. I remember last year, the year before, the dudes out here, not the year before, I think it was COVID year, the dudes come out here to pro day, and you know, I remember being in their seats, just sitting there watching, and I was like, man, I wonder what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it, and you know, being out here finally, it was fun.
How much are you just ready after all these checkpoints this spring now? How ready are you to just hear your name called?
I mean, yeah, that's what we're working for. I mean, I'm ready for it, but you know, I gotta be patient.